Welcome back. In the previous part, we heard a story about wine and someone who drank it. Oh dear, oh dear. But yes, we got the Royal Army soldier here, so hey, you three, get up. I'm tired. What's wrong? What, are you trying to tell us we're being interrogated this early in the morning? That's a little early even for me. No, it's just the opposite. You're being released. Huh? Why all of a sudden? Is there a reason for this? Yes, I'd like to consider myself that reason. Maybell. Mayor Maybell? Oh, what an unusual place to be meeting you. So the question is if... well, clearly I was wrong about the motives. I was going to say the incentive. The motives of the army, so... Well, General Morgan especially. The question is, what are the Sky Bandits now up to then? Really sorry about everything that's happened to you. But don't worry, your names have been cleared. Don't completely agree with everything, but... This is a request coming from Maybell herself. Better remember to thank her. So you mean... Maybell stood up on our behalf? No, that's not exactly it. I just explained your situation to General Morgan. Our situation? Yes, I have one question for the both of you. Are you really the children of Cassius Bright? Yes, that's right. This is Estelle Bright, and I am the adopted son, Joshua. I see. Now that you mention it, the girl does slightly resemble Lena. Exclamation. You knew my mother? Yes, I enjoyed your mother's cooking on several occasions when I visited your home in Roland. In fact, we even met once when you were just a baby. Now wait just a minute. You're a personal acquaintance of my dad's? I knew that he was in the military before, but... I don't know Cassius Bright the Bracer. The only Cassius I know is the one from the service. He was a rare strategist. Strategist? Dad? I just can't imagine what he saw in the Bracer Guild. It makes me angry just thinking about it. You'll have to excuse me. You can sort of see why I came to the conclusion that they were trying to frame the Bracers. Like maybe he was trying to take them down, sort of thing. Well, what's wrong with him? Seems like your father was a brilliant officer in the military. I've heard from the general that he tried several times to get your father to change his mind about retiring. I didn't know that. Somehow it feels hard to believe. However, if that is the case, the general's hatred for Bracers may stem from Cassius leaving the army. From that vexation of being left by one of his most promising men. I get the same impression. So what you're saying is, our lives are such a pain because of Dad? That dirty, rotten scoundrel. How about we return to Bose now? With the airliner being found, the situation has taken a new turn. So there are a number of things I'd like to discuss with you. Oh, sure. Something the matter? I'm definitely ready to get out of here, but it feels like we're forgetting something. Yes, we are. Now that you mention it. What could it be? Where did he get it? Where did he get it? Oh, how callous people can be at times. Where did you get your loot? How could you forget a companion who spent the night with you in a cold, hard cell? How lamentable. How pitiful. Fine, be that way. I shall wither away, friendless and hungry, alone in this dark purgatory, rather than in the skies. What? Is he still here? Yeah, I completely forgot about him. Sorry to say this. There's not much we can do for you. Is he the musician I heard about? The one who chugged the bottle of Grand Chardonnay without a second thought? So I imagine that was why people were a bit upset at the restaurant. Anyway, indeed, that is I. At my fair lass, I'd be heartbroken if you took my intentions the wrong way. For you see, I perceived it as an advance payment for the exquisite services that I was about to render. Quite the interesting character. Oh, yes, he is. Alright, I'll see what I can do to bargain with the general for your release. Really? Truly, you do such a kind service for a man such as myself. I think that might be asking a bit too much. If the restaurant takes this to trial, there's going to be a lawsuit. There's no need to worry about that. You see, the owner of the restaurant is me. Huh? And the Grand Chardonnay was the very one I bid on. That being the case, I'm fairly confident there won't be any other problems over the matter. Oh well. It was all quite nicely, didn't it? I just banged the table. Can't believe you were released. It's like a stroke of bad luck. Please don't lay on the compliments so thick. However, it pains my soul that I partook of such a fine wine without paying a single lira. Shall I play the piano in the restaurant per our contract to remedy that? I think I'm going to have to pass on that. After what happened, I think it would be a bit awkward having you back there. I, for one, don't think he'd mind a bit. Yeah, he sure does seem to have some thick skin. Let's just think of this as a unfortunate incident for the both of us. But I don't think I could just let things go like this. Let's see. Seems like you're investigating something at the moment, right? How about I lend my assistance in return for the wine? Huh? Oh, that does sound interesting. Could I ask you to join these braces in their work? Huh. Could you ever? So it's settled. Let our new working relationship bloom like a magnolia at the height of spring. Hold on a sec. What did we do to deserve this? Your general weirdness aside, simply having an amateur like you around is honestly going to be a pain. Are you confident that you won't be a drag on our work? Or on our sanity? Well, I'm somewhat confident in my marksmanship and magic. But of course, I'd be distressed if you tried to list my music genius in the same group. That's the kind of line that gets me really worried. But maybe we could use an extra hand. As long as we can't count on the army to help us out, I have the feeling that we'll be short on manpower. Well, alright then. We'll use you for what you're worth. However, if we do happen to conclude that you're not worth your weight, you're dumped from the party. Are you going to be okay with that? Of course, I don't mind. I never let you down, so please be reassured. Well, my expectations of you are pretty much at rock bottom anyway, so I know you won't let me down. I'm glad things are settled between you all, but before you go, there's something I need to tell you. Tell us? Actually, the town did seem pretty noisy as we were headed here. What happened? Truth be told, last night there was a large-scale burglary in Bose South Block. The weapon shop and oral factory were targeted, as were a number of private residences. What? So, was this the work of the Sky Bandits? So maybe this is where they stole something. It's unknown at the time, but it seems highly probable. A unit of the Royal Army is currently conducting an investigation. I see. Guess we better do an investigation of our own then. Yes, I'd like to formally request that you do just that. I'll send a payment over to the guild for the work you've done so far. Please make use of the money for your current investigation expenses. I have a feeling that the army is going to get in our way again. But I guess when that happens, it happens. Whether they get in our way or not, I don't think we should be forthcoming with the army about information we come across. Because if there's really a spy in their midst, they'll just leak it to the Sky Bandits. Though I'm reluctant to say it, so I think it's for the best to keep quiet about our findings. Anyway, let's act with prudence. Alrighty? My bosom companions. Yep. Shall we head to the South Block? Look, buddy, who made you the king of the show? Me. Want to head to the Brace Guild, Brace Guild. Alright, so we got a new one here. Stolen ring. I was burglarized the other day and my jewel ring was found to be among the missing items. It's quite valuable, so if anyone happens to find it, please let me know. I live on Bose South Block. So we're going to keep an eye out for things. Oh, are you three back already? You all gave me quite a surprise. It's unprecedented to hear that some of our braces had been taken into custody during an investigation. That General Morgan, I tell you. We're sorry to make you worry like that. Oh, never mind that. I'm just glad you're all back safe. I was even considering protesting in the Royal City through our main branch. but Mayor Maybell managed to smooth everything out before that could happen. Was it really such a big deal? Think about it, Estelle. In the Liberl Kingdom, the Brazier Guild's right to investigate crimes is recognized by law. Therefore, the General's actions would be in direct defiance of the system of rules that governs this kingdom, which is why I thought he was setting stuff up, but no. At least things have settled down as a result of this. At any rate, we should probably just focus on investigating the recent string of burglaries. I know you'll probably have to deal with some soldiers from the army again, but please act with prudence. You've received payment from Mayor Maybell for your investigating efforts thus far. Keep up the good work and be careful out there. Oh, I was hoping I'd get a quartz or something. Hello! Annalise? It's nice to see you, Scheherazade. If I remember right, the last time we saw each other was during training, right? Well, if it isn't Annalise. It's certainly been a while, hasn't it? How has your swordsmanship been coming along? Have you started mastering the use of that weapon? Please don't even ask. I'm still working on that. Can't believe you guys were tossed into prison without a shred of conclusive evidence. Wonder what that old bearded general is thinking. Well, it turned out to be one of those situations of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm just glad you're alright. Now, this is a little off subject, but I heard that you new recruits were Cassius Bright's kids. Yes, that's right, I'm Estelle Bright. And I'm Joshua. Actually not related by blood, though. I'm his adopted son. I see, so you're Cassius's... I don't think you'll be super braces like he is just because you're his kids. But I'm excited to have the chance to meet you in person like this. So I guess she knows Dad too, huh? Looks that way to me. I don't think they could be... Oh, same again. It's nice to see another brace around here. Right, so... restaurants. I'm intrigued to see what happens now with Olivier around. Aren't you? No, I'm sure of it. You're that guy from before. What's up, my good managerial sir? Thank you for the meal last time. Oh my, did I have you arrested already? I guess I'm going to have to report you again. Now, let's not do anything brash, my friend. You guys are actually quite blessed. To have an owner with the eyes to recognize the value of an artful man such as myself is quite wondrous, truly. And she is an exquisite beauty, is she not? Like a flower in bloom. The future of Anterose is as bright as a field bathed eternally in the noontime glow of a crisp spring day. Can't believe you defy the owner like that. What kind of manager are you? Dear me, consider this a managerial failure on my part. My sincerest apologies to the owner. Oh dear. Just wonder if we can get him to play. Doesn't seem so. My stars, whenever a man in uniform shows up, I can't help but think of the past. It's been a long road for us. Oh dear. Just pushing your goods on me without even sweetening the pot does not make for a successful negotiation. Given the circumstances, I think a discount is entirely inappropriate. Feels familiar. I just can't make a deal here. How can I close a deal to save my life? Is my haircut? My body odor? Great idios, do I smell? It's like, dear God, do I smell? I'm not sure what to do now. My lovely Grand Chardonnay was downed completely while I was out on break. The owner simply laughed it off, but I do feel responsible for not safeguarding it better. I'm not sure what to do now. Not long ago, a very important, very valuable bottle of wine was completely downed by a customer, a non-paying customer, mind you. That was the first time in a while that I've heard the manager let out his special cry of dismay. It's a shriek, really. Sounds like a little girl or someone who's been kicked very smartly in the bagpipes. Like how she put that. It's the very first time in a while that I've heard the manager... Yeah, same again. I do like how she put that, that's cool. Like anywhere else, this place was reduced to rubble during the 100 Days War. It was also the quickest to rebuild when it was over. Of course, there's a reason for that. The merchants all got together and pooled their profits to fund the revival effort. Oh, sure, Bose merchants all love the freedom to earn and spend at will, but when push comes to shove, we'll band together every time. I'm proud to have lived my life as a Bose merchant. Indeed. like that kind of camaraderie. I don't care much for soldiers. They tend to be boorish and overbearing. How must they behave so? Why can't they just act outrageous? Of course, I know they're not all like that, but still. I do understand where Marianne is coming from, but I find it hard to agree with her assessment. Although they're just soldiers like anyone else, I find the members of Her Royal Highness's personal guards to be most polite and understanding. Intriguing. I heard a shrill scream from the manager the other day. The stuff nightmares are made of that. I wonder what happened this time. I often hear that subdued shriek from him when new staff members arrive, actually. Suppose there's nothing to worry about. Oh dear. Oh no, that was different. I heard a shrill scream from the manager the other day. Stuff nightmares are made of that. I wonder what happened this time. Our prize Grand Chardonnay was drunk in full, free of charge, and the owner seemed not to care at all. She's about my age, so how can she have her head so high in the clouds about this? The manager, by contrast, practically swallowed his tongue. I think it's the his, I'm combining it. I've never seen anyone turn such an unholy shade of red. Like a wine red. Well, I guess such a natural colour is a pretty natural reaction, all things considered. Poor guy. Oh dear, oh dear. Alright, so let's make sure we go this way first. Stay away from where the investigation is happening, just in case the story advances. Seems like the airliner landed in Rouen. And we've got the Royal Army's patrol ships here in Beauvais. I wonder if they're here to investigate the string of burglaries. Our flights in the counterclockwise looping Cecilia have resumed. All those passengers who are boarding, please make your way to the gate. That's cool. We finally received an explanation from the mayor about the missing airliner. She mentioned that the disappearance of the Linde was due to it being hijacked by some sky bandits. Concern for the safety of the passengers. Should be. That airship is. Isn't it one of the patrol ships that belong to the Imperial Army? Where I get the Imperial Army from? It's just in my head, isn't it? Royal Army. Speaking of Army patrol ships, they were used in the war 10 years ago and are famous for achieving great military results. Airships are just awesome, aren't they? Speaking of the Army patrols, yep. It's just anytime I see Army now, it's like, yes, Imperial Army, obviously. No. Cecilia, which had been standing by in Rouen, has arrived. And what's more, it appears that the patrol ships from Leiston Fortress have come too. I'd like to say that this is the most excited I've been in a while, but I am feeling a little rusty. Seems the same. I can see it down there. I'd better take care of the basic inspections for the patrol ships while the boss is looking over the Cecilia. He's going to blow his top again if I don't hurry and get my work done. Even if I'm busy or not, I'm always getting yelled at. Seems the same. Alright, so the pub. Looks like the bandits had enough sense to know we'd be a lousy target. Do more harm than good to attack us. There are a lot of larger shops and shopkeepers in the South District, but once the sun goes down, the roads are practically deserted. We got raided. All they find are a bunch of leftover ingredients. And I think only a mouse would be happy with a haul like that. Looks like the bandits had enough sense to know. Yep. The ancient dragons that lived before the Great Collapse. It seems as if they removed themselves from this land of their own volition. Ooh. Intriguing. We've had the cheese risotto, haven't we? Here the southern shopping district got trashed by bandits. So because Beauvais is rich. You get money, you get robbed. Been that way for as long as I can remember. Seems my workshop was attacked by the bandits as well. Have they no shame? A bit worried about one of my workers, a man named Nigel. Sure hope he's okay. Oh dear. No one? No one? Phew. In the past, employees worked together in an effort to gain customer satisfaction. But the way young kids think these days sure has changed. One way or another, things often don't go as expected. Oh, yes. Past employees work together in an effort to gain customer... Oh, that was different. In the past, employees worked together in an effort to gain customer satisfaction. The way young kids think these days sure has changed. It wasn't that different. That's the wrong button. Hello. I don't care what the manager says. Today I'm leaving on time and I'm going shopping. I need to blow off some steam from the last time he made me work overtime. Oh dear. Nothing. Nada. No. Okay. Mayor. I have recommended to the mayor that she take a break from her labors. But she has stated that alleviating the citizens' concerns and bringing back peace to Bose comes first. I'd be more happy that Mayor Mabel has matured into such a fine young woman, but I wish she would take better care of herself sometimes. I'd be more happy that Mayor Mabel has matured into such a fine young woman, but I wish she could take better care of herself sometimes. Oh, Sarah's not around. I had Sarah read that out to me, by the way. The G one, in case you're wondering. I hear you all had a stroke of bad luck. No, I'm not recording it. No. Mayor Mabel received a message from the Brace Girl about what happened. Guess it was kind of unavoidable. But I'm still ashamed to say it happened. It was out of control to begin with. I can't say that the Royal Army was necessarily at fault either. Yeah, whatever. If any of you Sky Bandits can hear me, you just wait until I get my hands on you. Alright then. Calm down, Estelle. Jeez. Jeez. I hate when you can't interact with them like behind the desk, which seems natural. I have a female friend by the name of Milano. Her father was aboard the airliner that went missing. I'm sure there are a lot of other people also worried about family members who still haven't returned. There's a high possibility that these burglars and Sky Bandits may be one and the same. Clearly they are. Hope this investigation can yield some pertinent information about this group. It's a high possibility, yep. Alright. Don't see Sarah around at all. It's like, intriguing. Where's she gone? What is she doing? What is she up to? Hey Mina. What? I'm thinking about becoming a merchant and opening my own shop. Is that so? But I guess having a goal is always a good thing. All you need to do is figure out how to become one, right? You're right. I'll see what I can do to help you out. Really? Yeah, as long as it's within reason. Feel like this is the first time you've said anything kind like that to me. Oh. We'll get Jacob out of the way here. It's hard to see the border garrison directly involved instead of the Bracers. I wonder if it has anything to do with the recent burglaries and missing airliner. I'll just see the... Yep. It's not gonna be easy. Indeed. So, are you around anywhere? There you are. With all the soldiers flooding the south block, there's not much room to do any shopping here. I had planned to go see some ornament engraving work, but I guess I'll go to the Bose Market instead. Okay. Is there not another guy around? I was just worried about getting close to... Isn't there another one? Yes. I hope these burglaries and the missing airline incident get resolved soon. Nothing good has happened around here for the last several months. Alright then. Why do military personnel have to be so arrogant? Races are much nicer, and that's why I like them. Oh, I'm here to pray in the mayor's place today. Oh, good on you. It seems to be rather noisy outside. Wonder if something happened. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Although we're trying to conduct worship services in here, it certainly is loud outside. This town never stops being noisy all year long. Yes, year long. Doom, doom, doom. Okay. Hello. Fanny says that she wants to dine in the Anteros again. This just isn't the place we can afford all the time. We'd have to work a part-time job and save up some money. Is anyone else there? Yes. I was just wondering if he's speaking to anyone. Whenever I eat good food, I feel so happy. The much-praised food at the Anteros was beyond my wildest expectations. I'd often indulge myself there at least once a year. Well, let's get the market done. Doesn't look like there's anything in particular on sale at any of these stores today. This is no time to shirk my duties. This is for the future of my home budget. And who knows? There may just be a bargain in here somewhere. It looks like we've got some members of the Royal Army here in the market. I wonder if there was some sort of trouble. Have you not heard? Oh dear. It appears that we've got the army coming and going in here in town. Can't stand their opponent group with their pretentious attitudes. Oh dear. I wonder if my mother wants to see my father. Sometimes I can see this look of loneliness in her face. Well, he's quite perceptive, isn't he? My husband was the one who said, let's start this business to begin with. And right at the last minute, he shoved everything on me. Ran back to the village by himself, leaving me to shoulder the burden. What in the world was he thinking when he cut and ran like that? So we'll go investigate the village as well in the next part, obviously. My mum caught me sneaking into the market and yelled at me. Sniffle. Assuming we can head to the village, by the way. I sure wish the shop owner would take better care of the antique books. Maybe I should go put in a word about that. Or two. What's that you say? The city was hit up by some burglars? What a despicable bunch. Trying to make a profit stealing from us. Sure hope someone hurries up and catches those crooks. I've heard rumors that the army found the missing airliner. Wonder what happened to my fiancée. And what about the other passengers? Indeed. And the girl working here at the confectionery shop has been looking a little blue recently. I wonder if she's worried about something. She is. Some burglars broke into my house last night. Unfortunately, at the time, only my wife and daughter were at home. Though no harm came to them, they were rather shaken up from the whole ordeal. My wife sent me off with a smile this morning, but I'm still worried about them in the house. There are a bunch of scary men outside. Something happened. Yes, something happened. The westward-bound airliner has finally resumed flights. Now I'll finally be able to stock up on vegetables from Roland. Alright, now it's time to stock up and sell. Confident in my ability to judge good vegetables from bad ones. Ones from Purcell Farm are especially top quality. Sales here couldn't be better. I hear there were some burglars in the south block. All the well-established shops are situated on that street. Meat, vegetables, fish. Wonder what I should make for supper tonight. It's a good point, I should get some food after this. Thinking fish. I have to think about what to do for a side dish. If we have to deal with burglars, the Royal Army, whatever. And if the Queen would ever entertain the idea of making a holiday where we don't have to think about side dishes. Right. Have I spoken to you? Yes. Yes. It looks like flights have started back up again. Now we can finally head to Rouen. And I got to start keeping an eye on my wife's shopping habits. Personally, I think people should live a little more modestly than my wife does. Due to airliner flights being cancelled, I've had way more than my fill of shopping. Looks like my husband's about to have a heart attack after seeing how much I bought. Oh dear. Right, so that will be us done for this part then. And the next part, we shall, if we can, seems like we can, head off to the village. And then we'll head off to the... can't remember what it's called. Where's the map? Where's the map? Where's the map? Chrome Pass. So we'll be heading down there. Go see, the border. Then we'll be heading back here and looking at the Harken Gate. And then we'll go back to Bose, and then head down and investigate stuff, and then see if we can go to the Valeria Lakeshore. We'll see about that. Or in the next part, maybe we'll, it could take a while. So we'll see you in the next part with whatever we do. Ta-ta. For now.